I woke up this morning and decided to send a Facebook Messenger message to 20 real estate agents that I'm friends with online that I trust. This was the message that I sent. I'm working on a piece about brokers bringing back caravan. Do you think there is value in a broker meeting their agents at listings, showing them how to show the home properly, and getting them excited about the inventory? I want brokers to bring it back. That was the message I sent. Now, if you're watching this, you may have got the message from me this morning. Thank you for playing along. You know, the agents that have been doing this for a very long time, that have probably had the benefit of some coaching and training over the years, felt that that ship had sailed and that was not an appropriate use of time or resources as a brokerage. And then the agents that were newer, that realistically had not had that, said, where can I get that at? The first broker that brings this back is going to win in the recruiting section big time. Okay, hear me out. Your real estate broker meets their agents at the hot new listing that the firm has. Don't care who listed it. It's the property of the firm. It's the firm's listing. So the team meets there. They have a quick sales meeting, a quick huddle. They talk about the property, and then they immediately go back outside, and the broker demonstrates, here's how to show this property. And it starts in the driveway, right? Because you've got to approach the home and you've got to open that Supra. And I want to see that broker turn around and ask their agents, before I open this Supra, did I get the buyer broker agreement signed? Do I have compensation in place so that when I go and start putting in the effort, I'm securing a paycheck? That's number one. And I think that that is something that a lot of agents would actually say, whoa, I could use some quick scripting on that or a way forward. So regardless, before you open that door, you really need to have your buyer brokerage agreement signed so that you know how you're getting paid and everyone understands you're completely transparent. If you are the type of real estate broker that would show up 15 minutes early to open up a house and to open up the blinds and turn the lights on, share that best practice with your agents. Show them how you would do it. But they do not cover this in school. And so there's a lot of people with licenses running around that really are not doing a good job showing the inventory that's available. Point when the broker opens the front door and welcomes the agents in for the showing, I want to know, what does he do or what does she do with the key to that property? Do they leave it in the door? Do they remove it and put it in their pocket? What's the best practice? What does your broker want you to do? And moving inside the home, then giving a showing to your group and explaining the features that you feel are really standout. Now, you're the broker, so you know this. You've done this before. And you show them, lead by example, present the inventory, and then step back and let the real estate sell itself. Then I like to see that same broker with their agent show how to close the showing up and to quickly go through, what do we do when we shut down? And we're going to check the toilets and make sure that nobody used it while we were here. We're going to check every light. We're going to do everything that we need to clear the property. And then we're going to lock every door and window. We're going to secure the key in the lockbox. And believe it or not, there are times that people will walk away from the property without doing that. And outside of the fear of having a complaint on your license or at the board of realtors, I think it's more about creating rigid habits that elevate the industry as a whole. And I'd love to witness it. I'd love to sponsor it. I'd love to bring food, and I'd love to bring beverages. I'd love to just be a fly on the wall and watch that, because I believe that there's brokers in town that could show coach agents, and those agents would walk away from a 2-hour sales rally, if you will. They would walk away from that and they would tell another agent with another firm, guess what I just did? Yes, you will have agents that would poo-poo it and say, I don't have time for this. But when we have a swell, when we have a glut of inventory, we have to start thinking about ways that we can show our customer that we're getting the exposure that they need, that they desire, that they expect, right? And so if I were a seller of a property today in Lehigh Acres, and the real estate broker that listed it said to me, hey, listen, just want to give you a heads up. Next Tuesday, I'm bringing 15 agents to the home. We're going to have a sales meeting there, and we're going to talk about the listing itself, and I'm going to be doing some training there. We want to make sure that before those agents leave, they give us very candid and valuable feedback on the listing. So now the seller says, wow, okay, you're going to put 15 licensed agents in. And if each one of them talks to 5, then that's 75 people, maybe 75 buyers that might be exposed to this. Oh, I like the way this broker thinks. What it is, your inventory, if you're a real estate broker, your inventory is your showroom. And that showroom better be open and available to people that would want to come in and buy it. And that is a great way to have the property open and to encourage agents to come in. And listen, I'm not going to tell a broker to try to poach agents from another firm. I just won't do that. But if broker A is holding this event for their agents and they just happen to say any other agents in the community that wanted to come and experience what we're experiencing, that wanted to live life with us this way, I think they could do that. This is a great way to recruit. It's also just a really good way to get the shiny penny factor. The shiny penny factor is, in a world of 3 2s in Lehigh, find something on that listing that you can get excited about. Find something really shiny about it that you can call people and you can say, listen, I don't know when the last time you looked at a house with a kitchen like this was, but I'm standing in this luxurious kitchen right now with full of natural bright light. They've got all updated appliances in it. I mean, I'm standing here and I'm envisioning you, buyer, prospect, customer, friend. I'm envisioning you owning this, and I'm envisioning being here as your guest at your housewarming party. Listen, you got 15 minutes? I can send you the details on this property and see if it's a fit for you. That's what we're looking to build, and that's what we're looking to get back to. And I think when it comes to real estate, I'm not saying that we go back to Homes and Land magazine, but I do believe that we have to get back to some of the organic marketing, some of the organic networking, and some of the ways that we would bring buyer and seller together. In the past, we've gotten away from. I'm going to read you some of the comments that I got. And I won't name the people that gave the comment. One message: I'm not sure. We used to do listing tours with all the agents at blank Realty. I think I remember doing things like this back in the day at blank. Might not be a bad idea. If you want my absolute honest opinion, no, I don't think that would be likely well received in our current climate and market. If that were to work, I think it would likely be in much higher end areas that have less inventory, like downtown Naples or even some beachfront properties. But then again, even those areas are saturated with listings right now, so I'm not sure that would be the way to go. With there being almost 1,800 single-family homes for sale in Lehigh right now, and the vast majority of those being new construction, and those homes also looking exactly the same as each other, I think the value lies a lot more in agents educating the buyers and sellers. Don't get me wrong, I think that brokers should definitely educate their agents on how to generally show properties and highlight things as they walk around, which is a skill that I believe you gain with time. But in general, I think as the market has shifted, we need to shift our focus on the most important aspects, at least in our geographic area. For sure. Can you imagine if they did that and actually addressed issues up front and how to tackle them instead of waiting to see if anyone notices? To any brokers open I have ever gone to, they ask the realtors to give an opinion of value. I've yet to see them tie that to how we can get this sold, what incentives, what work needs to be done, etc. Some are proactive, but I see a lot who still think all they have to do is put a sign up front. While I understand the concept, I don't believe most brokers today are in the business of teaching agents. In my view, their primary role has become compliance with state requirements. With the evolution of the internet, we essentially host an open house every day online. As the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'd love to see more of the old school practices return, but realistically, the caravan model often feels more like a social activity, particularly for part-time agents, in my opinion. If you find a broker who consistently drives that kind of culture and accountability, with or without caravans, please let me know. I may seriously consider moving my license. Thank you for letting me share my thoughts. Yes, I absolutely believe there is value in that. Yes, our co-agents up in the Tampa area still attend these. I think it gives all agents an opportunity to see what is available on the market. I think it's imperative that someone learns about the product you're going to sell, regardless if it's mortgages, title insurance, or, as in this instance, houses. Yes, I most certainly think that they should bring that back. I think for new agents it would help, but the big brokers won't do that. It would make more sense for the boutique. Heck yeah, especially if it's broker-led. People don't believe in real-life training anymore. I live and breathe it. I have a two-part response. Number one, I think caravan is a waste of time. Number two, I think brokers are failing their agents, and we do need them to properly train their agents to do all of those things. I know a few who do it. I agree with you, but I also think the actual brokers can be lazy. LOL. Great idea. Thank you. Many times I would see a house and it would be perfect for my clients. I love this one. No, I think that due to the attrition rate of real estate agents, instead of becoming a kindergarten teacher to show them how to behave properly, we should be able to shave one eyebrow off of any agent that leaves a light on or a door unlocked. This way the others will know. Showing time has to be converted to facial recognition or video appointment. She's adding. Honestly, nope. Too many brokers are clueless. Agents need to stop being hand-fed business because the majority don't know what they're doing. That's a really interesting take, and it's a base take because it basically says, listen, we've got people playing around and they are clogging up the field, so to speak, the playing field. My God, I wish that would be one of the things brokers would do. As a broker, I advise the agents, if you want my assistant, that's what I'm here for. Some take advantage, some just don't. It's such a need to have the brokers involved, especially if you're brand spanking new. Yeah, on nice properties, I think, but everyone's lazy, LOL. I feel if the market was booming, sure, but you never know until you give it a try. Yes, I know when I first started, I wished my broker had done this. I was alone, fought for myself, and figured everything out on my own at the beginning. With that said, it did give me the confidence to do anything. Now, this would be very beneficial for the newbies. Yes. Yes. Honestly, I think 60% of agents out here need a broker to teach them how to do their job because we have some really terrible agents out there working right now. These people are giving us all a bad name because they get their license and are just set loose into the world with no training or mentorship. You know the licensure class doesn't teach you a damn thing about doing the job. Best take so far. Best take so far. And everybody else basically just put me on red. But you've got several comments there to consider. Whatever the method is, brokers have got to get more involved. They've got to provide more value to their agents, and they've got to transfer the skill set so that their agents can go out there and be successful and write and close transactions over and over again, rinse and repeat.